We are checking out the brand new 1.3 update for the Warp Lamps add-on created by log.zip. I haven't checked this add-on out for like 2 years. It was formerly known as Telelanterns. Later on down the line, they did change the name. This currently sits with a 4.6 star rating out of 5 with over 6,400 ratings. So it is certainly a fan favorite. It now supports vibrant visuals, and a lot has changed since we last reviewed it. So according to the latest notes, they added theme-based lamp models and achievements, added warp lamp frame dyeing, added warp boxes for wireless hopper item travel, added cross-dimension companion mob warping, added quick return warping, added the ability to mark a destination as favorite, added underwater supports. This is a completely different add-on compared to when I last checked it out. I'll try and do a recap of the previous updates, the things that I actually missed, but this seems to be the go-to warp-related add-on. Let's check it out. The latest file size is 5 megabytes. Before we start today's video, I want to say 2 things. Number 1, this add-on is incredible, and I think you will really enjoy today's video. Number 2, and most importantly, even though this add-on has been updated 3 or 4 times, it still only costs $1. That is absolutely incredible. It's way better than so many different add-ons that we've checked out that are priced at $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. This is awesome. So full credit to log.zip games and all of his team. That being said, this is not a paid promotion, but what I do like to promote is top quality add-ons that deserve to be recognized and things I think you will enjoy. Let's get into this. We're going to basically be re-reviewing the whole entire add-on. So we're going to check out all of the updates that I missed. 1.1, 1.2, and the new 1.3. That being said, some of the features in 1.3, 1.2, and 1.3 might cross over as we are reviewing this. As always, once you do have this installed in a new or pre-existing world, you'll be given the Warp Lamps add-on guidebook. Remember, this was formerly known as Telelanterns. When you open this, it starts to teach you about the basics. And I was like, wait, that's all we have inside of here? And that is because you actually need the warp lamps to learn a little bit more about the whole entire add-on. In terms of making it, it's pretty simple. You are going to need 2 iron blocks, and you're going to need an end crystal. 1, 2, and a crystal. Open up a crafting table, and you're able to make this. Now, when placed down, this obviously pops up. This is going to be the way you warp and transfer things from A to B. It's going to be awesome for you, trust me. When you tap on this, you can ignore that for now. Learn about the warp too, so we can obviously warp to different warps. I've set these all up for the sake of today's video. You also have things such as more options. In here, you can edit arrival message, which I think was in 1.2 rather than 1.1. You can, of course, remove this if you really wanted to, but you can just... No, you can't, sorry. You can't actually do this. Uh-oh. It's gonna take me to my last location. That's not something we actually want to do. Anyway, everything you need to know can be found inside of the overview, especially if you would like to learn about the changelog. And look how much this has been updated over the years. They didn't have to do it, and even though they did do it, they could have charged a lot more money, and they haven't. So again, full credit to all of the team. One more reminder, when you do join the game after you've updated, this will pop up. It's only going to pop up once, but obviously you can learn more in the overview and changelog section. This is obviously focused on version 1.3. If you do already own this add-on, make sure you update to get the latest files. Now, newly introduced to this is this right here. And in order to make this, you are going to need a warp lamp and a chest. This will grant you to a warp box. Think of this as a wireless chest system. Items I put in here might appear all the way down there in a separate chest. Now, I do have a timestamp for this in today's video, so what we are going to do for the sake of today's video is skip ahead, because this is a brand new feature. Trust me, stick around in today's video. You don't want to miss this, but for the time being, we're just going to pass. So let's start with version 1.1, because they did add a new escape scroll, and this is exactly what it looks like. It gives you the ability to teleport back to your lantern as a safe space, especially if you're in trouble. Maybe you're fighting a warden. So this can be found inside of these. So what you need to do is place this down. Open this up, go to, I think it's more options, and purchase yourself one of these. Now, you can purchase a whole bunch more if you wanted to. In fact, it's going to let you purchase as many as you possibly can. It's showing 4. So if I was to grab myself a whole bunch of XP, because this uses the XP system, we come back inside of here and purchase these. We can now purchase a couple more. Now, if I was to go ahead and tap on this, it's going to teleport me to one of my safe space lanterns. At this point, my lantern system is kind of messed up because I have so many placed down. But yeah, if you're in trouble, these escape scrolls are gonna save you. Next, I would like to teach you about the new privating system. Now, I imagine you might be using this on a server or realm, and you don't want any Tom, Dick, or Harry actually teleporting to your location. Well, you can actually create a private network. The way this works is, head over to your lantern, go to the edit option, scroll down to select lamp group. Inside of here, you can private this, which means only you and a select amount of friends can actually teleport to this location. Now, I actually have a private network set up. There's only a handful of these, and I do hope they add more in the future. So you've got Lamp Light, which is kind of the generic one with this add-on. We have Moonlight, Starlight. We also have Sunlight, Twilight, and Ultralight, which means if I was to select this for the time being, if I wanted to teleport, it's only going to teleport me to those linked to that specific network. And I already have this set up. So let's say I wanted to teleport from this one. If I go to Warp 2, it's only going to show me the other ones connected to this network. This being Warp Lamp 70 will be the first one that we've just placed down. And as you can see, it was this one before. So obviously I'd have to go inside of here. I would then have to go to Edit. I'd have to change the name of this. And it would have to be the exact same as these. So this is Ultralight 2. I would have this, obviously, as Ultralight 1. It just means that you're not going to get confused. So Ultralight 1. I've kept this at white. Let's keep it as yellow for the sake of today's video. So if I went to this one and I wanted to go back to that location, not a problem. We can do it with no problem. I love the particles on this, by the way. The way it transfers you. This is so awesome. So awesome. And you can create as many different private networks as you want. And you can go back inside of here and edit these. So if you didn't want it to be a part of that location anymore, you can change it inside of here. The next feature they introduced in 1.1 is going to be particle flares. Now you will notice a bunch of these actually have a couple of particles going on. Later on down the line, I think in 1.2, they added even more, but they have to be earned via achievements. So in order to do this, you tap on this. I think you go to edit. You can then change a whole bunch of these inside of here. So you've got the effects. So I think the options is having it off. You have the hazy, which I think is the one we have on already. You also have the night dust as well, as you can see here. Now, don't forget, this does support vibrant visuals, which I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of want to see how this looks at nighttime. It looks absolutely awesome. Now, don't forget, these can actually be found naturally inside of villages. They don't always generate there, but that's where they can be found. So the next one we have in terms of particle effects is going to be, I think it's the rainbow orbs. I really liked this one. I love the sounds and animations that they actually have. After this one, we also have, I think it's just regular souls. So I would probably have this inside of the nether, as you can see there. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, that's awesome. So after that one, we do also have sparkles. We do have more available, but again, you have to unlock these. So this was the last one available. In terms of the colors, don't worry, you do have a lot more customization as we went through the updates. The final feature introduced in 1.1 is going to be warp lamp model types. So alongside the particles, we did get different types. Now, I've already placed down all of these. There is one more I would like to show you, which is going to be alien form. Inside of edits, you can change the style. We're going to have this as alien, but don't forget, you can also change your colors as well. In doing so, the color is obviously going to change. So this one is the alien one. This one right here was, in fact, the enchanted. We're going to add a lot more. Red is my favorite color, so we're just going to have this as pure red. This one right here, I think might be the generic one. Let's check. This one is just going to be, I think it was just lamppost. No, maybe it's this one. Oh, that's the lamppost one. Okay, so this one right here must be the generic one, which I think we had as just floating. Yes, we did. So this one was the lamppost, and then this one's going to be the monolith, I believe. And those were introduced in 1.1. Let's move on to 1.2, the achievement system. So to learn about this achievement system, I'm just going to go ahead and place one down. Right-click on this, go to Overview, and go to Changelog. If we scroll down to version 1.2, which is here, they added the achievement system. Achievements have been added. Now, the way you unlock these achievements, well, you can find out about this inside of Overview and going to your achievements. So it says, Warp Bling, apply trim to a warp lamp. I love lamp, craft 9 more warp lamps. Kill a creeper with a warp lamp. So that's what we're going to do here, just to show you guys exactly how this is. So we need to grab ourselves a warp. We need to summon ourselves, / summon a creeper. Sorry, difficulty normal. Let's do this one more time. And then we summon a creeper. So we have to kill this creeper with this. In doing so, the achievement is going to pop up in chat. So you have to complete these achievements in order to unlock, as you can see there, these special rewards. Now, it's going to be new formatting, which I have set up here, but also a bunch of new particles, which I also set up as well. So if I was to go inside of this and we go to Overview and go to Achievements, it says here we've now unlocked the tower lamp shape by killing a creeper. And you have to complete all of these achievements in order to get them, which is brilliant. So if we go inside of here, go to Edit, go to Style, we should now have the new one, which is Tower. And this is the new one that has been added. Again, I've relocked all of the achievements, but in terms of the new available styles you can get, this is them. Some of them are part of 1.3, which we will go over a little bit later, but it just gives players an incentive to go and explore and to actually use these. We also have the same thing, but it unlocks particles, as you can see. So this one's like an electricity. I really love this one. Pretty cool. We have hearts. We have, I'm not sure what this one's called. And then we have stars. So once again, giving players more customizations. One of the cooler features introduced in 1.2 is they added a trim system, very similar to how it works with your armor. So let's go ahead and place down a total of 14 of these, because there are 14 different trims that you can actually use. Like I said, very similar to your regular armor trims in Minecraft. Now, this can be done with all of these available materials. So amethyst, and pay attention up here, looks like this. This one is going to look like this. So all different trims, providing you use all of these materials. Once again, guys, just giving players more customization, a lot more identity as well. I hope they add more shapes in the future that don't actually require you to just do achievements. I think just having more would be a really nice addition. So we're going to go to, let's go back to front here. So we have a resin one, a redstone one, raw iron, raw gold, and we have raw copper. So you can now add trims. That was in 1.2. In 1.3, they made it even better. In the 1.2 updates, they also added 31 new icons for the warp menu. So basically, it's these right here, just giving each one a little bit more identity. Obviously, if you had like a creeper farm, you could use a creeper head. If you had a diamond mine, you could use a diamond, so on and so forth. So you place this down, and I just need to remember exactly where this is. So it's inside of here right now. So if we tap on this, we have amethyst, apple, axe, bastion remnant. Remember, you can bounce from dimension to dimension. You can go from overworld to the nether, from the nether to the overworld, from the overworld to the end to the nether, so on and so forth. If you're in a blaze farm, you can use a blaze symbol. So I'm going to use, let's go with something simple. I'll just use the Eye of Ender, for example. So if I tapped on this and wanted to warp, I could then scroll down and be like, okay, where is it? Where is it? It's right there. I could then go ahead and tap on this, and it's going to teleport me to my end location. Now, obviously, these ones are visible we'll get into that right now. So it says here, new waypoint locator mechanics has been added. We have a beacon beam, and we obviously have these being visible. So in order to get all of these visible, I'm going to do this on a brand new one. We tap on this, go to edit, and go to the effects. Then you tap on display warp icon and display the beacon. You've also got a couple of different effects here, which I did already go over. So I'm going to have this as this. It's a diamond one, as I showed you before. Now, the generic one, which is going to be this one here, is going to simply look like... Oh, no, that's my end one. Let's try it again. This one, which is going to be a generic one. Third time is the charm here. Just looks like this. Now, you can just have these instead of the beacon beams. You can see the beacon beams up to 250 blocks away, I believe. But if you just wanted the icons and not the beam, go back into edit, go into this, and turn off the beacon beam. And it will fade away very, very slowly. You can also do this vice versa as well. So if you just wanted the beacon beam on, but you didn't want this, you just simply tap like that. It really is a simple and easy to use system. They did also add a new arrival message system as well. So if you're going for more like a server related things, this is super useful. So if I was to tap on this, go to warp to, now I have these on a private system. If I was to warp to this, you guys are going to very quickly see, it says, don't forget to like the video, right? It pops up instantly. If you go on this, go back, go to edit, we can then add a message. I just need to figure out exactly where this is. There you go. So I will have this as, don't forget to subscribe to Echo, right? I'm going to have it like this. Now, you can make this even more interesting. So if I just quickly find myself the colored system icon here. So I think it's this one. And then 4. You can change the color. It's a special system that you're able to use. Let's go to 0. We'll do it as 9. Let's try and find something a little bit better here. I like this. So now, if I go to this one, we go to warp. It's on a private system. Now warp to this. It pops up and says, don't forget to subscribe to Echo. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And that's everything added from the previous updates. We now get into 1.3, where they made things even better. So in 1.3, by the way, they did add 3 extra lamp types, being the oceanic, the nether, and the deep dark. Something else they also expanded on is the coloring system. So you can now use every single bit of dye on these lanterns, right? So if we used white, it just adds a little bit of extra color. You can chop and change if you really, really wanted to, which I think is cool. I like reds, I like greens, so that's what I would probably go for. So what we're going to do here actually is very quickly switch these out just to show you guys all of the available color options. So we will go with cyan, light blue, green, blue, pink, purple, magenta, and obviously we have the light gray options. Yeah, I like this. I think this combined with the trims is absolutely brilliant. So I'm curious as to what happens if we do apply these. Yeah, so your trims will still stay as well. I really liked the purple one. Looks really cool. A favorite system has also been added as well. And I want to show you guys exactly how this works. So I'm going to place this down. I'm going to go back real quick. And we're going to completely edit this. So I'm going to have this as... Let's see if this works. And 1. Echo Fave 2, right? Echo Fave 2. I'm going to have this as gold. Perfect. So if I was to go inside of here... If I was to go to Warp 2... I can now find my favorite one that I have. Now, it's not currently marked as a favorite. So what I do need to do is go inside of here, go to, I think it's edit. Maybe it's not this one. Go in here, go to more options, and mark this as a favorite. So if I tap inside of here and warp 2, the favorite is going to be located at the top. Same with this one. My other favorite location should be marked inside of here. So you can have favorite locations. You can unmark them and you can mark them. So when you do teleport to a specific location, you can actually find your favorites with no problem at all. The favorite system, I believe, is a fan request. Players wanted this to be added. One of my favorite things about this is, you may have noticed in today's video, it's tap here, tap there, go here, go there, scroll there. It gets annoying. They added a really cool system which they have called warp memory. Head over to a lantern, and all you need to do is simply crouch and right click, and it's going to teleport you to your last warp location, which it saved. How cool is that? It does not matter which one you go up to. You can see it's going to transfer me to one of my favorite locations. How cool is that? The warp memory system is absolutely brilliant. And they did also outline that this is now supporting underwater. Completely supporting underwater. You can now do the crouching and warping with no problem at all. So you can fully submerge all of these now. One of the most frustrating things about these add-ons is not being able to teleport your companions with you. You now can in 1.3. It also works when you go to dimensions. It will also give your companions a very brief resistance, just in case it teleports them into lava and they could perish. So grab yourself one of these items, open up a crafting table, put this inside, you end up with these special shards. Now, basically, if they're red, they're not ready to transfer. But if they're green, they are ready to be transferred. So come with me, little companion. Come on. Come to me. Make sure he's green. If we then tap on this and travel to a location, he should, in fact, come with me. Which he has. How awesome is that? And I could go ahead and crouch and take him back with the same system. If I was to then tap on him again with this, he's red, which means he's not going to go with me this time. He's going to stay put. You can now pick and choose when your companions go. How fluent is that? That is like so clean. It's such an awesome system that they have introduced. Now it's time for one of the coolest features introduced, which is the warp box. So this right here will let you transfer items from one location to another. Let me show you how this works. So if I was to grab myself a couple more of these and place this down, now by default, it will be on the default network, okay? So if I was to then grab myself some diamonds and put this inside of here, these are going to now be available inside of here. Now you can go ahead and crouch and right click and edit the name of this. You can change the actual colors of this. You can change the actual network, etc. So I want to create myself a brand new network. I'm going to call this Echoes Goodies, for example, right? We're going to have this just as Emerald for now, and we're just going to hit confirm, which now means, as you can see here, the diamonds have gone from this. They're only available in the default network. Now, they have introduced some security measures to prevent any form of duping. Log.zip was like, yeah, try it if you want. I'm sure someone will figure out a way to do it. You guys are incredible. But yeah, this now means it's connected to this. And you can change, please excuse me, you can change which network it's on, I believe. So we can go to this one and change it back to default, I believe. Hold on. Edit this. We want this to be on default. The diamonds will reappear, as you can very clearly see right there. So you can create private networks with your friends. You can change the color of these and how they look, right? You've got the bubblegum. You've got cyan. You've got all of these different colors that you can pick and choose. Green, lilac, you name it. I like red, as I've said to you guys. I have it as red. If I go inside of here, they are going to show regardless of the color. So the networking is very, very important. Now, what they've also done with this is made it possible to use with hoppers. So you can now attach hoppers to the side or on top if you wanted to and start distributing things from one location to another. Now, one thing I will say is when you're hovering over it, I think it sometimes might stop. Again, I think it's a duplication measure. As long as you have things going in, they are going to be distributed. And they will show inside of here as well. Okay, so bear that in mind. It might take a little bit of time to update. Once again, because of the security measures. If I was to put a diamond axe inside of here, it will show inside of this one. It's a brilliant system, and you can add even more systems to this. So you can go inside of here. I'm going to create a brand new network. It's going to be completely separate, super secret. And I want this icon to be... Let's see what we've got down here. Something a little bit different. Let's go with a huge fungus warped. Sure, you can make it a private network if you wanted to. I'm going to put these inside. I'm then going to make sure we connect this to the right system. It looks like a jellyfish. It's now connected, right? You can use this network. It's brilliant. It's so clean. So clean. Let's go to super secret. Inside of here, you can delete networks. You can actually review or view the whole entire inventory. So if you just wanted to double check what you had in the default one, tap on it. Go to this, manage networks, go to defaults, view what's in there. And this is really good for server owner creators, right? They can check the networks. Can I actually check a generic one, though? So I can check a super secret one, right? Can I? I can. So if you're an add-on realm owner, yeah, this is going to be brilliant for just keeping an eye on people. I might be trying to cheat the system a little bit. I have absolutely nothing negative to say about this. The only complaint I have is I want more custom design options. Honestly, they've done an incredible job. It's taken me a very long time to check this out. A bunch of you have been requesting. Shout out to log.zip for also reaching out saying, hey, Echo, we got a brand new update. You don't have to check it, but it'd be pretty cool if you could. I'm so glad that I checked it out. The fact that this is $1 is absolutely incredible. There is only a handful of marketplace partners I would buy content from, and log.zip games is definitely one of them. If you don't have it, I massively and highly recommend it.